Mm-hmm. Did you watch? Did you see the fight? This is... As much as he's a maniac, saying he's gonna kill everyone and smash everyone, he's doing gently, somewhat, with jiu-jitsu, you know. So the video we just saw was him, I wouldn't say congratulating, but you know, going over to his opponent, and it looked genuine to me that he sees him as his brother, and all the smashing that he talks about is within the sport, within the rules of the sport. I think his wording should be a little different, but I don't think he's like a terrorist in disguise, which I did think. So, man, it was a debacle last night. The amount of food I ate and ate today, and I still got food left. I just want to use it and get rid of it. So, I'm gonna make this bread for my girlfriend, and I guess I'll do that first, because that's got to go in the oven. So we got this soaked quinoa. Soaked overnight. Now, the addition of dino tracks, excuse me, the pumpkin seeds. There's 3 cups of quinoa in here. The addition of the pumpkin seeds was new and it was great. The recipe I made yesterday was 3 cups quinoa and 1 cup pumpkin seed. Because I only had, the recipe was 4 cups quinoa, 1 cup pumpkin seed. I don't know what I just said. But now I only have 3 cups. So I'm not going to go over. I'm just going to put exactly and actually slightly under 1 cup of pumpkin seeds. Some cheese left over from last night. Okay, and let's see, we got some chia, 1/2 cup chia. Okay. I think I can eyeball it. You know, it's not an exact recipe yet. So I'm going to do a giant tablespoon. I'm going to put some of this in there, the flour, because I want to get rid of it. I'm going to use a little bit in the chocolate I'm making, which you'll see. Okay. I'm going to splash in some apple cider vinegar. I'm going to some nutritional yeast. I'm crazy. Flaxseed. It's a new addition. It's actually a decent amount of flax. Baking soda. Half teaspoon. And just rub that was hard enough for the took me about an hour each all together. Some Celtic. It's about a teaspoon, maybe more. And garlic powder. Okay. Water. To get it moving, especially with the flax in there. Not too much though, because it's got to be dough. Turn on the oven right there. Oh shit, I forgot to get parchment paper. I definitely gotta go get it. But in the meantime, I can make some. Hey, Londos. Yeah, I'm cooking some pizza bread for my girlfriend to get rid of the dough. With this, I'm gonna make a salad. I'm gonna make spicy cheese. I'm gonna steam this with the salad on the bottom, and then the cheese inside this on top of it. I'm gonna make chia chocolate. And this is what I have to do. First, I'm going to eat one of these. This is a medical edible. Okay. And then these I can put like stacked up. These though, shoot. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I guess I just gotta stack them anyway. Yeah, it came out great. It came out really great. Powerful. Delicious. I'm going to take a few off here so I can use this parchment paper for my pizza. Is that enough? Two pieces of parchment. Take this out. this. Okay. Then I take the coconut. Dip this brush in it. And brush this. Okay. Now, just leave that down. Take this. Scrape off the tamper. And let's see how much we're going to put on. One. The one could be two. Take a little bit off. Okay. Got enough for at least 2 more pizzas, so these will be for the girlfriend. Alright, now. Let's see here. Do you want to come here after? Okay. So Doyle was here on Friday? I forgot. Uwe comes out as a legitimate title contender. From what I've heard, a lot of people have doubts about him at the top level, but I don't know or anything. I thought I'd ask your opinion. The problem with him is he's unproven. He had one tough fight against Gilbert Burns. So Gilbert Burns is not a good striker. He's a great grappler, so it was forced to be a striking match. Fix sound. Let me see. It might be you. Let me check. Let me check. My sound is good, bro. First, I'm going to eat one of these. This is a medical edible. Something wrong with your phone. Yeah, Chimaev. Definitely is good grappler, But the thing is, if he's now having to fight at 185, he's going to have to hold down bigger guys. I think Israel Adesanya is going to be harder to grab. And don't know that Khamzat looks like a good striker, to be honest. I'm sure he's okay. Good enough to hang. And if he makes it like a desperate pace, maybe he could. I always thought this to beat Izzy would be a great wrestler, but then using Yoel Romero. Fought the whole fight, didn't even go for a take. I was like, what? Pacquiao in talks to come out of retirement. Oh, God. Return to the ring in 2023. How old is this dude? He lost unanimous decision his last fight. 43. He's in talks to take on former sparring partner Jabir Zayani, who's 18-0. Saudi capital, Riyadh. Well, you know, this means big money. So, most likely is taking a payday. Well, I tried to. I tried to do a fight for a payday, but the UFC said, oh fuck, I forgot to put on my timer. Damn it. The UFC said I couldn't. You know? I wanted to just jump in for one fight and make like 20 grand like I used to, but... Alright, 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Okay, so what should I make next? See, the thing about Manny Pacquiao is, fuck, I hope he doesn't die. You know what I mean? Boxing is no joke. People die every year. I'm going to turn on the two things here. I guess he's in desperate need of money, though. That's the only thing that I could see. Somebody like that, who is such a fighter, the only reason why he would retire would be, I would say, health reasons. So for him to come out of retirement, it makes me think that he's desperate. Isn't he a politician? President of Mayor of the Philippines, someplace in the Philippines. Public servants aren't supposed to make much. Me, I want to make enough to get a house on the North Shore of Long Island with 2 wings. One for me, one for my wife. So we could live together, but not have to be together. North Shore of Long Island is very expensive, so I'm trying to get rich. Chickens. It's like the UFC, but more marketable, in my opinion. I'm starting to see that the marketing is me. Like I have to market myself because today I was looking at the rule books for pancration and amateur MMA because the promoter that I'm going to see tomorrow, he wanted a rule book. Of course, it's going to be safer than what he's used to because he's used to promoting MMA with head contact, knockouts, injuries, everything. So I printed out the rule books for several organizations, including Pancration, which is basically in California, and that's actually very similar to what I do. Especially at the youth level, they have a lot of rules like no head contact and no knockouts, but you can win by submission. So that's where I think the niche is going to be. That it's a new scoring system. So the other thing is, it already exists, and so what's going to set me apart? What's going to set Master Lukey apart? It's Master Lukey. Master Lukey is what sets my Master Lukey apart from Pancration. You understand? So I work on myself, become the promoter, like Vince McMahon. Work on my promos. Who's the promoter? His name is Christian DeFerris. His promotion is called ECF. He said he'd do ECF presents Master Lukey's League of Champions. He's got the same star logo as your boys at NYWC. And he said he was thinking of doing a co-promotion with pro wrestling, so I assume that's who he meant. So I might be able to get into NYWC through him. But he's very business minded. He wants to make sure that he's going to turn a profit. Okay, now this I'm going to make cheese with. This I'm going to make this with. Let me see another news item here. Oh man. Superstar Pacquiao confirms Philippines presidential run. Really? That's why he's fighting, to get money for his presidential run. Dana White detailed the events which led to the crumbling of the main event. His body began locking up during his weight cut. Okay, that's a mineral deficiency. Okay, he's cramping. That's gotta hurt, man. You ever get a cramp? I get it in my hamstring once in a while. Holy, I gotta fall over. It feels like he was 8 pounds over. He was cramping and he still had 8 pounds to go. That's crazy. Maybe he only had a few pounds left, and then he started cramping. Dealing with health concerns. Very lean already, and he should have come in on weight. He started to cut weight and started locking up and cramping and all the things that happened from the bed. The doctor interrupted his weight cut at 4 a.m. and said he's not medically fit to continue. Okay. Well, the whole weight cutting thing is pretty crazy that they even do that, but everybody does it. So what are you gonna do? I'm gonna flip the pizza. Pizza's flipped. It's gotta cook for another 10 minutes. Okay. In the meantime, get this going. It's the good stuff. Look at that. Gold seal. Okay. Now I'm gonna put this on low. Melt that. Okay, let's see. In the meantime, let's see what we're gonna do here. Let me peel this. I just think, how am I gonna do this? I think I'm gonna do the radish on the bottom, actually. I'll do radish on the bottom. quick, and then I'll get back to the chocolate. Okay. So, yesterday I put in 3/4 of a cup. So here's 1 cup. For the 3/4 approximation. Turn it off because it's already melted. Don't need to cook it anymore. Let me get the chia. 1, 2, a little more. Okay, now we'll mix. Chia, and coconut sugar. Okay, and then we're going to do a little extra, which is the chia flour. And I'm doing that to make it even more hard when I freeze it. Because there's a little extra bland flavor, I'll put a little extra sugar to combat that. Okay. Now, shoot, I do need another. I guess I'll use plastic wrap on this one instead of wax paper. All right, now my girlfriend said she wanted it to be less thick, so I'm gonna use this here. Ew, what's up, Rick? This is a chia chocolate bar. Where's the top? There it is. So, she said she wanted it thinner. Yes, the mold I used was half the square, area, half the area, so it was a thick bar. This one here. I feel like I should maybe let the chocolate rest a little bit. Is it going to be too hot? I really only heated it up. It's not like boiled. Okay. New best recipe. New best recipe. This one's called Dino bread. Because it's a quinoa bread, but I put pumpkin seeds in it so I can call it Dino. You know how we do it? Everything Dino. This one is a quinoa bread with pumpkin seeds. Dino bread. It is incredible. I'm gonna give this to my girlfriend. I'm just doing Dino cheese for dinner. But let me tell you something. This one is my new favorite. Mm. Mm-mm. So good. Look at the texture of that. Holy. Rick says, what's your secret for that texture? Oh, yeah. That one was, take a screenshot of this. It's soaked quinoa, soaked overnight. And pumpkin seeds and chia seeds and flax seeds, and then some other stuff like yeast and vinegar. And get this in here. Mm-mm. I'm not going to clean the whole pot right now. I'm just going to put some water in it. Alright. See if I can get this chocolate in. Fill out the bottom. Make a kind of a rectangular shape. Clean this space off. Hold on. Yeah, flax, man. High from the marijuana. I had half a serving, so I wouldn't say high, but yeah, I'm feeling it. It's great. Great. Alright, now let me take this. Try to push this to the edges. Flatten it out. Make a rectangle, a thin rectangle like she wanted. Or not, she didn't say rectangle, but she wanted it thin. So if I spread it as far as I can, my best chance at making it thin. Chi and everything, huh? Okay, now. Put this down so I can kind of use my hands to flatten it. The other thing I'm going to do is put it in the freezer. So, can I quickly flip this over, or is it going to be a disaster? Let's see if I can quickly flip this without it being a disaster. Ready? 1, 2. Oh yeah. Boom. Like a glove. Now I can fit this in the freezer by taking out one ice tray, which already is about to be empty, so I can put this in a cup. Okay. This. Text me. Put this in here. Okay. So. Rinsing out this thing here. Okay, sorry. So, next. Bubba Joe, let me get into that story actually. Let me check here. Nope. Not ready yet. Okay, I'll come back for that. Let's see. Got a bunch of green paper to make a green screen. I'm gonna put it like basically here. And then my webcam, I'll be able to do green screen. Queen Elizabeth, a day-to-day guide from now till the funeral. The Queen's coffin arrived in Edinburgh from Balmoral ahead of her state funeral on Monday. Wow, that's next week. Members of the public will be given the chance to pay their respects and view her coffin first at Edinburgh's St. Giles, however you want to say it, Cathedral, and then at Westminster Hall, where the Queen will lie in state for 4 days. Okay. So she's just gonna be a dead body there for a whole week? Sheesh. It's kind of. The Queen dies 1 week after the head of the USSR Gorbachev. What do they say? The end of an age? End of an era? King Charles will also embark on a tour of all 4 nations that make up the UK. Queen Elizabeth's oak coffin, which sits in the ballroom at Balmoral Castle, will be transported by her gamekeeper. Waiting her gamekeeper. What's a gamekeeper? What does gamekeeper mean? A person in charge of the breeding and protection of game animals or birds on a private preserve. Oh, okay, because she's a corpse now. Her body will Balmoral, proceeding on a 6-hour journey to Edinburgh along more than 275 miles by road. The route will pass through Aberdeen, Dundee, and Perth. And the coffin will arrive at the Palace of Holyrood House, the official residence of the British monarch in the Scottish capital, and lie in the throne room. Wow. So the Queen goes to she goes to Scotland first, and then to St. Giles Cathedral, and then to Buckingham Palace, and let's see, Queen's body will go from Buckingham Palace to Wall, and the coffin will rest on a raised platform known as a catafalque and topped with the imperial state crown, orb, and scepter. The body will lie in state in Westminster Hall for 4 days until the morning of the funeral. Wow, hundreds of thousands of mourners are expected to pay their respects. Okay. Let's see, on Monday, lying in state will end, will be taken to Westminster Abbey for the state funeral, which is a bank holiday in the United Kingdom. Wow. I don't know what it is this year. I'm 42, and I think about death more than ever before. You know, about my dad, my ex-wife, you know, people getting sick. So you know, even though she wasn't my queen, they should do this with everyone now. They should have everyone be paraded around. People could show their respects. We got one life. You only get one. One that you know of. Maybe one that cherish, man. Appreciate. Nothing more important than life, in my opinion. Life, you know, health. You know, I mean, nice. Nope. Well, I need 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 good ones. 2 that got messed up, and 5 halves right there. Makes you think, man. Makes you think about life, right? You guys have any experience with something like this? Something that made you think about life? All the time, probably, right? This one's gonna be hot. I got 2 habanero peppers. Going right in. We got Celtic salt. Some vinegar. Put a little cumin in it. A little baking soda. Oh, that was a big chunk that fell in. And I think that's it. We've got some chia here. Might want to get rid of, but I'm not gonna. Put that in the fridge. Need some water. Ooh, fizzy cheese. What are those squares? These squares are medical marijuana. They're ginger chews. Ginger chews. The seeds in the habanero are hell on the intestines. Oh wow. Is that what does it? Nice. I know the seeds is the hottest part, right? Get this ice cube into a cup. Okay, turn this off because I know that's going to be done. And let's see here. So this is, I know you were asking me, Bubba Joe. This is from RT. Ukraine suffers massive blackout after Russian strikes. President Vladimir Zelensky has confirmed energy shortages across multiple regions of the country. I don't believe this guy. Multiple regions of southeastern Ukraine suffered electricity shortages and blackouts on Sunday. Top officials, including Zelensky, said it was caused by Russian missile strikes on critical infrastructure. I don't believe it, man. I think they're setting up for doing that to us and everyone. I don't believe any of this stuff, what they say is going on. I think it's all a great reset. I don't know what to say about that, but that's it. So, finish up with the salad here. Normally, I would make these into zoodles, but I don't know that I can, actually. Let's see. Got this thing. Let's see. I can't say that's working good. No. But that's all you got. That's what you got to work with. Ow. Killing myself. This is supposed to make like, you'll see the like little strips. Alright. More pizza. Put this one right on top of the other one. Make a new one. Okay, got about 2 left here. This will be 1. Try to make it smooth-ish. Alright, one more. Girl's gonna be eating good this week. Got four loaves right here. Let me just reset the timer. Okay, 12 minutes. Where was I? This? Don't give up. This is when it's hardest. When the novelty wears off and you still got a ways to go. I think that's called grinding. Nose to the grindstone. You have faith in God's plan. And when I say God's plan, what I'm talking about is the spontaneous creation that, animates us. Not necessarily that there's something written somewhere that you can read, but that there is a force that brought us here into existence, and there was nothing before, and so it's creative, it's benevolent, meaning it's constructive. So what I believe is that this can be tapped into. You can have a direct spiritual connection to the divine. And it's through emptiness. This is what I was taught. That you have this connection inside us like we all do. And you can't, what you can do is some people say like get out of your own way. Or, just be in what they call the flow state or in the moment. I think the next thing I'm going to do is circles here. So God's plan to me is by emptying myself out of other people's ideas in my life. It's given me a genuine original path of self, and by tapping into what I'm saying is a creative force, a divine creative force as a builder. So me in God's image and likeness is a builder. Shit, sorry, I didn't get you at a good angle there. And what I'm building is this League of Champions and Master Luke Grand, which is going to be, if I can do it, which I believe I can because I'm smart and dedicated, it could be the greatest brand of all time. Like Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man, Rice Krispie Treats, Nike, Gatorade, Christianity. These are brands. Legally, to even the church has a 501c3 number. So, it's a spiritual mission, but it is in the physical world. So that's why I'm branding it. It's like, you get your native teachings in a package for the suburbs. Me, I grew up on 80s propaganda. That's when they really got into their stride. And by the 90s, it was just more of everything. They wanted to see how far they could go. These are the times that I grew up in. 80s, 90s, 2000s, they got it down to a science. Branding, marketing. The digital age, how fast you can get into people's heads. And how deep you could literally be in everything they do. That's what I want. Master Luki brand as a lifestyle. Cutting board. An eco-friendly cutting board, A ceramic knife. With a circle here for my finger for your finger to go through. Then you can rock it. Master Luki Farms. To buy all these fresh ingredients, you get a blue box. I think it's cool. Get it all shipped to you. So it's kind of a pretty leftovers salad. You got your radish on the bottom, then your cucumber, then your mango. Now I'm gonna take the squash. I'm gonna put it on top, and I'm gonna fill it with the pumpkin seed cheese. Let me just rinse my hands. Clean this off because it was juicy. Okay. This I'm gonna keep. This I'm gonna clean. And this I will keep. You had to see the dishes from yesterday. Holy. Spilling out of my sink. Okay. So that's that. Ah, shit. Damn it. Can't get it out because it's gonna gonna break. There it is. Got him. So here. Alright, I gotta get to the 99 cent store and get some more parchment paper so I can ship those weed candies that I made. $50 minimum order, guys, if you want weed candies, because I gotta, I gotta buy at least an eighth. Should I save this cheese for one more meal tomorrow night? Oh my god, bro. Just can't stop eating. Definitely starving. Definitely fasting. I will save this though. Ooh, nice and spicy. Ooh, way too much. Alright. So we'll go in the fridge. Do. This is gonna flip. Oh yeah. This is the bomb. Alright guys. Restart this timer for 10 minutes. And I will be back. Master Lukey over and out.